last summer we had some major kitchen work that we had to do. We had to rip out our entire kitchen, we had to rip out the wall, we had to re-support it from underneath and put in new studs, and it was a mess. We then spent the rest of the summer working on the inside of the kitchen and putting in our counters and cabinets and sink and everything else that had to be done. But we ran out of time to finish up putting the skirting on the outside of the house that covers up the crawl space underneath. So last winter we ran into it getting really cold. So I ran out there and I put up some vapor barrier and I threw in a little bit of insulation to make it through the winter. Then this summer we've been working on other projects, as well as starting our bus conversion. You can see those videos down below. Now that it's fall and winter is upon us again, I better go patch it up permanently this time. So how I'm gonna do this is I need to build a frame for the plywood to sit in. The plywood has to sit on the outside of these two new metal support beams so it can go all the way flat across. So the frame's gonna have to be built basically beside here. That is the frames. The way I designed these, even though these are pressure treated boards, I didn't want them to touch the ground for any water to kind of wick up into them. So these boards are a little bit loose and a little wobbly, but once the plywood goes into them, you know, it'll screw in here, here, and all the way around, and then to each other, it'll stiffen it right up. The plywood's basically going to go towards the bottom of here, even a little bit higher. I don't want, because it's OSB, it's not pressure treated, I don't want touching the ground. Then the siding will come down, and that's fine to touch the ground because this is vinyl, it's not going to rot. And then I'm going to fill the rest of the gap with either dirt or gravel. So here it all is, all done. What I did with this corner is, normally you have a vinyl corner that goes in between, and then you hook this side of the siding and the other side of the siding into it. With this wall in the way and this siding built over top of it, all I did was take up, there's an old fence board underneath the house. So I just cut it and I put it together and made a corner. Kind of made a mess.